In today's Clash Royale video, we will take a look at my 20-0 Clash Royale League 1 with this awesome Giant Skeleton Goblin Duel deck. I include this deck in my top 5 deck list. A ton of people already got the 20 wins with this deck, and I was like, okay, I was kind of tilted at the moment, didn't know really what to play. I want to have like a really relaxing deck, and this was the deck which got me 20-0 in the challenge. The challenge is until Thursday in the morning, I guess, so we're going to continue playing this challenge. Let me know in the comment section which deck I should use next. I will give like every single day a new deck, which I'm like trying to get the 20 win challenge on this channel. So if you guys want to see more content just like that, you will always want to know the best decks in the meta and always want to see the greatest 20 win challenge on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and also make sure to give a fat like on the video if you guys appreciate the effort. I mean, 20-0 isn't easy, as you guys could imagine. Also make sure to use creator code MOD in the shop. And now we're gonna straight up jump into the games. And also I have my driver license test this day, or actually when you guys see the video I already hopefully have my driver license, maybe not. So yeah, I am really interested to see that, just to let you know, because maybe some of you guys care about my life. And I would say let's jump to the games and let's destroy our opponents. I'm gonna show you how I destroyed my opponents in this challenge. So guys, this duel deck is awesome. This deck was made by Mohammed Lai. Juicy J already got 20 wins with the deck, and it's pretty solid in defense and also awesome on offense. And the good thing is, which I like about the deck, is even it's a cycle deck, it gets better every single minute. So if you're like in triple elixir time, this deck is awesome. First of all, the free card cycle. Second of all, a cheap cycle at all. So you can go in for fire spirits, you can go in for logs, drill, fireball. And yeah, you could argue with the change of the Fireball that this deck is not that strong anymore, but I feel like Fireball is still so good. I just think the general Fireball thing is like the Fireball itself, like the pushback, it kills Zappies, there's a ton of graveyard Isus, a ton of graveyard Zappy stacks in this 20 win challenge. Also, there's a ton of like Dart Goblin bait spam, so you have the Log and the Fireball, and also a really significant ton of Lavaloon Fireball bait, which is I think has like the second highest win rate. Bait currently has the highest one, which I also got a 20 wins with. If you guys are interested to see that, let me know in the comment section. If you guys have another deck which you guys want to see me using a 20 win change, maybe a 2.0 cheap cycle deck, let me know, and also make sure to give a fat like on this comment, because at the end, if I see a ton of people like this type of comment, I'm like, it's more on top of the comment section, I can see it easy and will use this deck. So if you have a great idea and you see this idea which you agree with, make sure to like. So as you guys were seeing, we were going for the drill on the left side. His log was out of cycle, and this is the thing with Goblin Drill. The immediately pressure, it's just crazy. It's so hard for the opponents to defend. And as you guys can see, we're going in here for the cannon, we're going for the skeleton, still a shot. Yeah, there's a placement where you can go in for the skeletons, push the hog to the opposite lane, that he doesn't get EQ value, but it's really hard to do and you really need to be prepared, and at this time I wasn't prepared. So he goes in for a great fire spirit opposite lane. We're just gonna go for our own fire spirit, and he just drops the cannon. So the good thing is we got early damage when our opponent has no elixir for G-Skelly, no elixir for log, and no fire spirit and cycle, or like no log and fire spirit and cycle, and no elixir for G-Skelly. Going in for drill is always great, and this is how we got so much damage. His tower is right now on 870. So what I'm gonna do most of the time in this matchup is going, I think in most of the situation, going in for the drill plus log prediction. Most of the time drill in front, going for the log, since he most likely goes in for fire spirit. Fire spirit plus log, skeletons plus log, because this is most likely his perfect defense. So I didn't go in for the cannon this point. As you guys were seeing, it's a ton of damage, but this is what I was talking about exactly. We're going for the drill, we're going for the fireball. Winning this game against Hog Rider cycle, there were a ton of Hog Rider decks in this challenge, but it was actually pretty easy win. Also, as you guys were seeing here, even if you go for the cannon in the normal spot, skeletons plus fire spit at the right time will still kill that. So it's basically the opponent is going in for 7 elixir, Hog Rider plus Earthquake, you go for 5 elixir, and you still take no damage. But for sure, I mean, you still take damage from the Earthquake, but not from the Hog Rider, but it's still a +2 elixir trade. So guys, here we go in the next game, and yeah, this is the graveyard matchup I was talking about. A ton of people were playing this deck, and the annoying thing is most of the time they have like Giant Skeleton plus Skelly King, which makes it pretty hard for us to defend this, since yeah, we really need to be careful about our G-Skelly, since the G-Skelly doesn't really get value because he has also the Tombstone, Zappies, his own G-Skelly, his Inferno Dragon, so this is a kind of problem in this matchup. So going in for the Fire Spit plus Drill early on is most of the time a really, really safe play. A play which I really like to do, and I'm just going to immediately go in for the G-Skelly in the back. So he most likely also drops his G-Skelly, and after you see the Skelly King and the G-Skelly, you already know it's going to be this Graveyard variation because it's the only weird deck you're playing. This could be also a Weird Warrior Giant deck, but like Graveyard is so strong at 20 win rate. It feels always like that. Graveyard is in some matters not really good, but every time there's a 20 win change, Graveyard is just so good because a ton of casual players really like this playstyle, since it's really easy, like really easy to play on a decent level, since you're most of the time just defending and you just want to control the game. So what I'm going to do is just going to go Fire Spit here immediately at the bridge, since yeah, he still needs to respond to that, and now I'm just going to go in for another Goblin Drill. I'm going to go for the Goblin Drill placement here, hoping I get one Goblin to tower, but I don't. Really good Skelly King placement on his end, and I was actually kind of surprised that he was already cycling back to the Skelly King at this point. So this time going for the cannon here. I was maybe thinking he could go in for the graveyard, but he doesn't. So he's just going to drop his Skelly King here. I'm going for the really low log, killing all the skeletons, and also from the Skelly King and also from the Tombstone. So far so good. We got one Fire Spit to tower and 2 drill spawn damage. So this time I'm going to go in here, and that's a really smart drill on my end. Why was it a smart drill plus Fireball? You could think it's aggressive, but we're going into double X time, and since he still has to defend the drill, he cannot graveyard. So we can easily defend this with cannon and skeletons, and we got like a 900 damage lead now. So if you're going to double X time, if your opponent doesn't have Skelly King and Psyche, and he played a G-Scaling back, even if it looks really aggressive, we can just easily defend the G-Skelly with a +2 elixir trade, cannon plus skeletons, and pressure again with the Fire Spit. He needs to respond to the Fire Spit always, even the Fire Spit damage nerf. It's still so good. See, even messed up a Skelly King here. This time I'm going to go for my Queen like this. You really want to play the Queen on top of that. Using the ability, going in for the log now, and this is fine. So in this situation, I want to go in for the drill here, and always want to have the Fireball ready, because I know his G-Skelly, his Skelly King is out of cycle, so he goes in for a G-Scale. My Fireball was prepared. Smart play, because he knew if I would have gone for like a Fireball on top of the Zappies, he would have basically lost the game. So he still needs to commit, he still has to commit this Zappies, which is great for me. This time I'm just going to go around this, and this is a really important Queen placement. Take a look at this Queen. If I would have gone for the Queen on the right, he would have died from the she would have died from the G-Skelly bomb, and also wouldn't have gotten any value on the left side, since he could go in for an Inferno Dragon. So going for the High Queen more to the left is absolutely important in this one, as you guys are seeing here. And also going aggressively. Going aggressive and defend at the same time is pretty important. We're going for the skeletons on top of that. We still get a bit unlucky with Graveyard RNG, since they spawn where the skeletons aren't. So yeah, he's going to be able to get a ton of value out of that. So this time I'm just going to go in for another G-Scale, not a ton of another drill. And he's going to play his ability now, and we are struggling a bit here. So we are fine so far. The cannon is putting in a good job, and I think next up we're going to play our Archer Queen here. Once again, doing the same play, using ability a bit earlier, since I thought he might Fireball that. But I think in this situation, yeah, we have the Fireball ready now, going for a Fireball top of this. And this was a really great log here, since the log kills that, and also now the Fire Spit connects on tower, and also one Goblin. So good log, good drill, good Fire Spit. The really good free plays there. So the thing is, like, I cannot really get any Fireball value, but I think this time one Goblin. The thing is, like, I thought the Goblin would go onto the left side, but all of them go on top of the G-Scale. This time I'm not even going to respond with like a log or Fire Spit. I even didn't have log and cycle, but I didn't really need it. So going for an Archer Queen high here, going in for the ability, going in for the Fireball. I think this time I'm going to go for a drill first.
What were you saying?
Change of the Fireball, that this deck is not that strong anymore. I know, just going to defend here. So skeletons here. Going for Night Drill, since he just used his Skelly King. Because of the free card cycle, we got back to another how's it called? To another log already on left side against the Skelly King. I apologize, guys. And right now it's just about spell cycling. Drill, log, Fireball does a decent amount of damage, and he cannot really like pressure me anymore, since he also has to defend it. And right now we can just go in for another cannon here just to save. We're just gonna go in for a log here. Log finished it off. GG's well played. This is how we beat one of the most popular decks in the 20-win CRL challenge. So guys, this matchup was actually pretty hard. Since yeah, he was a good player. He got the 20 wins now, as it seems. Yeah, but he was or like he maybe got like the 17 wins before, since you get the badge already at 17. But Yeah, so the thing is with this matchup is he has the Skelly King, he has the Bowler, he has the Skeleton Army, he has Double Dragon, and we just have like one really good answer against it. So this is a hard matchup, I would say, from my perspective. Since if I go on Queen on top of the Fire Dragon, he would go Baby Dragon opposite with the Graveyard, and we're struggling since we need to go Cannon, we might need to Fireball the Baby Dragon, need to Log, and then we don't have Log on offense. So I'm just gonna go Log here, and it maybe seems like an aggressive move, but it was also a perfect Queen ability. And yeah, an absolutely perfect Queen ability. We waited as long as we could, and now the Queen gets 3 important shots on the tower. So being aggressive early on in bad matchups is the play. Fire Spirit's coming down, also chipping away. So this is great. I think he could go in now for an aggressive, for aggressive Baby Dragon Graveyard, but I think he's just gonna cycle in the back, which is also fine. So I think in this situation, I'm waiting first what he's gonna do. Okay, I'm just gonna go now for my G-Skelly here. I know he's most likely gonna freeze soon, so first of all, I'm just gonna set up a cannon here. I have my Log selected right now. Gonna Log, since I knew he would most likely gonna freeze this. The good thing is the G-Skelly is not walking back, so we also got a bit lucky there. Need to be fair here that the G-Skelly didn't do that. So the thing is, we always need to Log on offense. On defense or on offense, but if we Log on defense, he can just go Skeleton Army and get a Skelly King ability, and this could be sometimes annoying since Skelly King Graveyard isn't easy to defend if we don't have if we need to Log early on top of the Skelly King or on top of the Graveyard. So the only real good thing is, and now in the situation that he doesn't have any big spells, so my Queen might get some value. I'm gonna go for my Fire Spirit here in front of that. He drops his Bowler. This is fine, and I think in this situation I'm just gonna go for my Goblin Drill here, and that was a really bad Skeleton Army, but Skeleton Army still puts in the work. The good thing is we can just Log this, and now my Goblins get some chip damage, and we're going for a really late ability, killing the complete Baby Dragon. And he needs to go for a Skelly King, which is okay in the situation, but the Skelly King doesn't create a counter push since he's not fully loaded with the skeletons. And right now I'm just gonna go now for another Fire Spirit here. He goes in for a freeze, which is great. I'm still gonna Fireball that since I know he needs to Tornado that, so yeah, it's an okay Elixir trade, also damaging that, and I can just go in for another Archqueen. Right now, it could be the time he goes in opposite lane, but he thinks like, okay, doesn't really make sense anymore. I need to go same lane as the Graveyard player against the Cycle Control player to get like a good defense and then get a huge counter push. So he goes in for the Skeleton Army here. I'm gonna go Fireball here. Since I know I still have the Queen on the map, so even as a full loaded Skelly King, I can just use my ability and just gonna go for a Log. And as you guys can see here, also the Queen got a perfect targeting here and kills the Baby Dragon. So I'm just gonna go Skeletons here, and he goes in now for a Bowler. So I'm gonna go for a Drill instantly because I know his all of his Drill answers are out of cycle. So he needs to go for defensive freeze here, and I can just go drop my Archer Queen. I'm just gonna go Log on offense here, trying to get some more chip damage, and the tower is at 505. So right now we're controlling the game, and we are all good. We are all fine. So the next play I'm gonna do most likely is just going to use my ability as late as I can, and I think right now it's just about spell cycling, right? So I'm gonna go for my Drill here. I'm just gonna go for my Fire Spirit here. I'm just gonna go for a Log. I'm also gonna Log this. I know we can't really do anything. I'm using my Queen here. The good thing is my cycle is so quick, so it could have been. I was a bit worried in a second, for a second that I don't get back to Log yet, but I know I could just go for Skeletons here. I can just Log this off. Didn't really need it, to be fair, but Fireball plus Drill is enough, I guess. Was Fireball alone enough? I'm not 100% sure at this moment. But I think I'm just going to go Drill here, and I'm just going to go Fireball. This GG's well played. Awesome victory, 8 HP left, and the Fireball comes in together with the Drill. Great game. This was also the 19th win, so after this game we are 19-0. This is an awesome game to close out today's video against Lavaloon. Since a ton of you guys might ask, how do you beat Lavaloon? We just have like one great answer against Air, and also, which you guys need to remind, the Fire Spirit doesn't kill Lava Pups anymore. Also, he went with Lava in the back, and I was really mad at this point because I really wanted to get a 20-0 and I didn't know what I should do, and I just go G-Scale opposite and he drops Barb.
Damn rich, boiled brats.
I still defend the Barbs, and yeah, that's really annoying actually that you cannot really kill the Lava Pups with the Fire Spirit anymore since the last Fire Spirit nerf coming in August. So he goes in for Balloon. I'm just gonna drop my cannon. This is like the main thing. If your opponent goes in for Lava in the back, you most of the time just want to go G-Scale the bridge and keep your Log, most likely, if in case he has Skeleton Army or Guards. You don't really want to go Drill on offense since your opponent most likely has like, if he has like Skeleton Army or Mighty Mine or something, he gets also counter push out of that, and you're not able to activate King Turn anymore, as you guys were seeing here. We're going in for the cannon, we're going in for the Drill, and getting a really good King Turn activation. Now we know what he's playing, that he plays Lavaloon. He most likely there's a Tombstone or like something else, like a Fire Dragon. So I still wasn't sure about his big spells, but I most likely thought, okay, my queen will get a ton of value if he has fire, but that queen is still so broken. So going for my G-scaling back, and right now I'm just gonna chill here. Soon I really want to go G-scaling and fireball on top of the barbs and getting the 3-card cycle going, that we can also fireball the scaly dragons if needed. So right now I'm just gonna go fireball here, and this is what I was talking about. So fireball's coming down, he goes in for that, so I'm just gonna drop my cannon here. And I really want to go for a high queen right now. Why with a high queen? That in case he goes in for a flying machine would also die to that. So didn't really work out, but I can just go in for that. Maybe I should have used like my skeletons earlier and then use my ability, but I was kind of scared of prediction arrows, so I want to get the ability down early on. And our tower is at 625, and most of you guys would think, okay, there's no way you're gonna defend this tower, but you need to wait and relax. So I'm just gonna go drill on offense here, try to create some counter push value, or like some pressure, some damage. And I'm just gonna go for fire spirit here plus skeletons, and I'm chilling now. I'm just gonna go for another drill here since I feel like, okay, this is going to be a 1-1 tower, 1-1 game anyway. And I was kind of surprised at the sequence that he uses barbs instead of just like supporting with a flying machine instead and baiting on my fireball and going for Loon's LEDs. So I'm just gonna chill here. I'm going for a fireball here, and now I'm gonna go for a really high cannon here. Also kite the lava hound, and the good thing is now we have the 3-card cycle going. As you guys can see, I'm just gonna go this here. I know he doesn't have mana. I'm dropping my fireball here. Fireball is great. The balloon doesn't get to tower. And with this game, we got a 20-0 in a CRL 20-win challenge. Thank you so much for the nice matches. Thank you so much for the support in the recent videos. I really love doing YouTube. And I'm so thankful to have you guys. Also, we're already at 200. Let's look alive. How many subscribers we currently? We are 222,000 subscribers on the channel. This is absolutely insane. We're going on to the 250k hopefully soon. I would really appreciate that, and thank you so much for all the support. I love you guys, and have an awesome rest of your day, and stay relaxed even if you're doing poorly in the 20-win challenge. I know how this is really exhausting, so relax. Some let's take a break, and I wish you a ton of luck. Goodbye.